everybody gets what they deserve. Everybody in their, you know, people think that, oh, living a certain amount of life and getting a certain amount of opportunity in some ways is some big old favor. It's not. It's not necessarily that way. Just like the Hellraiser 5 movie, I think I got the number right anyways. It's, you know, you have a police officer, and a police officer, sometimes people become police officers to commit crime, or an excuse to do stuff that would otherwise be a crime. Some because they're hoping to put people in harm's way. Now, if they were deterring crime or that sort of thing, but that's, again, this is some police officer. People need to stop with this all cops are stuff. Most of them are just trying to do a job. Some people say this is a necessary job, and you know, that sort of thing. But we need to be honest with ourselves. Don't wallow in guilt and shame and all that sort of stuff, but try to figure out one's place in it. People talk about being up at the times, but the sin, what's right and wrong, that sort of stuff, you know, comes back around again. It's sort of remains the same. Material and psychological inflections of how the path is of good and truth on one hand and evil and ignorance on the other, that's another thing. You can understand, and it's important to do understanding, because sometimes understanding is how both you show the other path. Like if you say, oh, don't do evil magic, well, if I believe this, you believe that, whatever, that's not necessarily the thing that people need to be focusing on. It's the reasons. Well, how is this available? How is virtue answering where vice is saying, well, it's only, I'm making it available. It's like, okay, you know, make it available. Or, you know, perhaps, you know, without the instant gratification. So yeah, it's not just a wooden box, and that there's alchemical reasons for the whole wood thing. To some, it's kind of like hair. It's like neither dead nor alive. It's kind of earth, but it's kind of not earth. You know, if you're dividing into four, well, it's like the Chinese, they have wood and metal. And, you know, as part of their five. You know, you got fire, water, air, wood, and metal. Well, I guess there could be different Chinese systems, but in Hellraiser Judgment, it brings up the idea that these Cenobites, these angels, they have a particular order. Now, the Judeo-Christian idea of the angels are taught, that sort of thing, that comes through in the movie, but that's not really what we're doing here. There's light beings over hell, unfallen angels. They do as they're commanded. And this movie has, you know, is bigger with the Bible quotes with that. And focus on dealing with your own sin rather than condemning others. And sin being mistake, so, you know, something wrong. Not just what you've been told is wrong, but, oh, did I say that thing about the pinhead? You know, because the cube, and the smaller part of the cube, you got the sections of the brain, and, you know, so that's what I think it represents. I mean, it's not exact phrenology charts or any other ways that they divide where people would think that certain thinking and stuff would happen. But always beware of this thing where you got categories of sin. It's like, if you're in that category, deal with your, well, I mean, you can condemn the higher or whatnot, but, or the greater evil or something like that, but realize you can be part of a system. Now, I guess certain the female beings are supposed to be like the Cenobites or the angels of hell or that sort of thing. But it also makes some of them in particular make you think of how some people are part of the process. I don't want to give any spoilers per se for the movie. I mean, it's been out a while, but some people are part of a system, and they're saying, oh, well, they're going to condemn these people. They got to deal with themselves because they are part of what made these people possible.